and esteemed members of the governing boards, chairpersons, and members of the Public University Governing Council, the CEO of NACA, senior government officials here present, government partners, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Ministry of Higher Education, Research, Science and Technology, I extend a very warm welcome to you all to this highly significant and historic event, the joint inaugural ceremony of the governing boards of our tripartite funds. Today we mark a pivotal step in our nation's journey towards educational transformation, sustainable financing, and future driven by innovation. We are honored to have with us the distinguished men and women who have accepted the call to serve as the architects of this new future. Your presence here is a testament to your commitment to ensure the proceedings are dignified and timely. I will serve as your Master of Ceremonies, chair this session this morning. Without further ado, it is now my distinct privilege to call upon the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Higher Education, Research, Science and Technology, Ambassador Jane Abajang, to deliver our welcome remarks and set the stage for our proceedings. Please join me in giving her a warm welcome.
Honorable Minister for Higher Education, Research, Science and Technology, chairpersons and members of the about-to-be inaugurated boards, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning and assalamu alaikum. On behalf of Honorable Professor Pierre Gomez, I welcome you all warmly to the Ministry of Higher Education, Research, Science and Technology. Your presence here today is deeply appreciated as we open a new chapter in the transformation of tertiary and higher education in the Gambia. The government has established the Student Revolving Loan Scheme, the Tertiary and Higher Education Trust Fund, and the National Research and Innovation Fund to advance three critical national priorities. One, expanding equitable access to higher education. Two, strengthening the quality and relevance of academic infrastructure and programs. And three, driving research, innovation, and knowledge generation for national development. These are not merely policy aspirations. They are targeted instruments rooted in national development frameworks and aligned with our vision for a competitive, knowledge-driven, and inclusive economy. We are honored to be guided by distinguished leadership at the helm of these funds. Mr. Mohamed Jah, chairperson of the governing board for the Tertiary and Higher Education Trust Fund, a pioneer in national enterprise and technological advancement. Dr. Ibrahim Assal, chairperson of the governing board for the National Research and Innovation Fund, a continental leader in research collaboration and thought leadership. And Mr. Ernest Ruben Ori, chairperson of the governing board for the Student Revolving Loan Scheme, a seasoned development administrator with deep regional experience. Sirs, your collective expertise positions us strongly. However, today's ceremony is not simply symbolic. It marks the beginning of implementation. The nation is watching, our students are hopeful, our institutions are expectant, and our partners are looking for progress. To the appointed executive directors, your mandates are clear and expectations are high. Dr. Samba Ba, Executive Director of the Student Revolving Loan Scheme, will ensure that the scheme becomes a truly sustainable and evolving facility. Under his leadership, loan recovery systems will be strengthened, access will be fully digitalized, and opportunities for higher education will expand significantly. More deserving students, especially girls, persons with disabilities, and learners from rural communities will have fair and affordable pathways into tertiary and higher education. Dr. George Nur Tambiri, Executive Director of the Tertiary and Higher Education Trust Fund, will spearhead transformative improvements in infrastructure, faculty development, and institutional effectiveness across higher education institutions. Investments will yield noticeable enhancements in student learning environments, teaching quality, academic delivery systems, and overall institutional capacity, ensuring that every Dalasi contributes to a stronger, more modern, and more competitive higher education system. Professor Mamadou Sala, Executive Director of the National Research and Innovation Fund, will cultivate a vibrant ecosystem that responds directly to national development challenges. His stewardship will drive impactful innovations in key sectors such as agriculture, environmental management, public health, digital transformation, teacher development, and local industry advancement. Research outputs will increasingly move forward from academic theory to practical solutions with measurable national benefits. Board chairs, members of boards, executive directors, this is the moment to shift from aspiration to execution. The relevance of these funds will be measured not by their launch, but by their impact. Students supported, resources mobilized, research commercialized, institutions strengthened, and livelihoods improved. As the Ministry of Higher Education, Research, Science and Technology, we reaffirm our commitment to provide full policy backing, oversight, and support. In return, we expect accountability, collaboration, data-driven decision-making, and timely reporting. Let us move forward with purpose. The future of our higher education system depends on the decisions and the actions we take from today onward. I thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much, CPS Ambassador Jan, for the welcoming remarks. Moving on, I now invite statements from our newly appointed executive directors of the three funds, starting with the executive director of the Student Revolving Loan Scheme, Dr. Sambaba. Please join me to welcome Dr. Sambaba.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. Honorable Minister of the Minister of Higher Education, Science and Technology, Dr. Pierre Gomez, Permanent Secretary and Deputy Permanent Secretaries, other Permanent Secretaries around, esteemed board members, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. I will start a little bit unconventional by saying I am a product of the UTG, but I know many, and I started with many who could not say that. One of which is Salifu Sisi. Salifu is from Gisali in Sierra. We started the UTG together, we are friends. We are three, myself, Salif, and Habib. Habib is now doing very well. But some of the faces I see here would remember those days in UTG when the accounts department would come to class during exams and send students out. Salif was among the students who was sent out of class many times during exams. He left UTG in our second year, went back to his village. I continued. I was privileged to have a scholarship from the Taiwanese embassy. My friend Habib had his uncle paying for him. We completed our studies. The semester after we completed, I was hired and worked at the UTG. One morning, I can remember I was with the current information minister, Dr. Ismail Asise, when I received a text from Salif's brother to say, Salif caught disease and he passed away. I know Salif very well. Salif was a better writer than all three of us. He was a very good student. If Salif probably had gotten the support he needed, even if he were not here today with us, he would have completed his UTG degree. And at least he could have inspired many kids from Gisadi and the surrounding environment to pursue higher education, because they believe if Salif could make it, they could. I did my undergrad in political science, but from that day, Salif's story inspired my journey. From the UTG, I went on to pursue 2 masters and a PhD, but my research always focused on financing of higher education, because I saw firsthand how financing was critical to access. So ladies and gentlemen, it's with great honor and a deep sense of purpose that I'm here before you today on this historic occasion, the official launching of the boards of the Student Revolving Loan Scheme, and of course, the 2 other very critical funds. This marks not just the beginning of new institutions, but the birth of transformative ideas that place access, equity, and sustainability at the heart of our educational financing system. For decades, the pursuit of higher education in the Gambia